The wife of His Majesty the King and President of the Supreme Council for Women, Her Royal Highness Princess Sabika bint Ibrahim Al Khalifa, received a message of gratitude and appreciation from the members of the Supreme Council for Women in response to Her Royal Highness's message to Bahraini women during the current circumstances. The members of the Council affirmed that Her Royal Highness's message to Bahraini women had a supportive and motivating impact that resonated with all women in Bahrain, highlighting their contributions, role and responsibility during the current crisis. In their cable, they affirmed support for His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, and vowed to continue fulfilling their responsibilities with the spirit and dedication that the duty to the nation demands. They emphasized that Bahraini women will continue to write a glorious history of steadfastness and loyalty to this beloved nation, praying to Allah the Almighty to bestow security and safety upon the Kingdom of Bahrain and to preserve Her Royal Highness, the wife of His Majesty the King, as a source of strength and support for Bahrain and its loyal people. The representative of His Majesty the King for Humanitarian Work and Youth Affairs and Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Royal Humanitarian Foundation, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, highlighted that the foundation has carried out its humanitarian mission for 25 years, reflecting the vision and directives of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, Honorary President of the foundation. His Highness stated that the foundation continues to implement His Majesty the King's vision across humanitarian work, particularly in the care and empowerment of orphans, especially Bahraini youth, through initiatives and programs that support the development of national role models contributing to the Kingdom's progress. On the occasion of Arab Orphan Day, His Highness highlighted the comprehensive care provided to orphans in the Kingdom of Bahrain, noting efforts to empower them and prepare them to address various circumstances and challenges. His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa commended the ongoing support provided by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, as well as the role of ministries and government entities in supporting the Foundation's initiatives and facilitating services for the beneficiaries. His Highness noted that this year's Arab Orphan Day coincides with the Foundation's 25th anniversary, highlighting that many of its beneficiaries have become active contributors across various sectors and hold leadership and professional positions. His Highness expressed appreciation to community organizations and individuals for supporting orphan care initiatives and the Foundation's programs, noting their role in promoting social responsibility and community cohesion in the Kingdom of Bahrain. On the occasion of Arab Orphan Day, observed on the first Friday of April, the Royal Humanitarian Foundation's pioneering work in orphan care has been reaffirmed as a leading national model in Bahrain.
Over the past 25 years, the Royal Humanitarian Foundation, RHF, has led a distinguished humanitarian journey, positioning the Kingdom of Bahrain as a leading model in institutional humanitarian work. Guided by the vision of His Majesty the King, the Foundation established a comprehensive system for orphan care, integrating support, empowerment, and rehabilitation to ensure a dignified life and meaningful social participation for its beneficiaries. With sustained royal and government support, RHF has strengthened its national role and expanded impactful programs focused on human development and nurturing national talent, particularly among orphans, in line with Bahrain's Sustainable Development Goals. This support is reflected in the Foundation's achievements across social, educational, and professional development, contributing to the rise of accomplished individuals making their mark across various sectors. As Arab Orphan Day, observed on the first Friday of April, coincides with the RHF's 25th anniversary, this milestone underscores its lasting impact and continued commitment to empowering future generations.
The General Command of the Bahrain Defense Force, BDF, announced that through the unwavering vigilance of its personnel, the BDF's air defense systems continue to successfully counter successive waves of the hostile terrorist Iranian aggression. Since the onset of hostilities, air defense systems have intercepted and destroyed 188 ballistic missiles and 445 drones targeting Bahrain. The BDF General Command expressed its pride in the exceptional combat readiness and vigilance demonstrated by BDF personnel and commended their sustained operational effectiveness in defending the kingdom. The performance of Bahrain's forces continues to inspire confidence that the kingdom's skies remain secure. The General Command urged all members of the public to exercise the utmost caution for their personal safety. Citizens and residents are advised to keep clear of affected areas and any suspicious objects. Refrain from filming or photographing military operations or debris sites. Avoid spreading unverified information and consult only official and government media channels for updates, alerts, and advisories. The General Command further noted that the use of ballistic missiles and drones to target civilian areas and private property constitutes a flagrant violation of international humanitarian law and the United Nations Charter, and that these indiscriminate attacks represent a direct threat to regional peace and security.
إن الجميع لا يفخر بما يظهره رجال البحرين في كافة الأجهزة العسكرية والأمنية. ربي اجعل هذا البلد آمنا.
The National Communications Center continues to provide a media briefing to inform citizens and residents of the latest developments in light of the hostile Iranian attacks on Bahrain. During the briefing, the center affirmed that military and security forces continue to carry out their duties with the efficiency and competence.
Dear citizens and residents, as part of the ongoing monitoring of developments related to the hostile Iranian attacks targeting the Kingdom of Bahrain, the National Communications Center continues to provide this briefing to keep the public informed of the latest updates as part of national efforts to maintain security and public safety. Military, security, and civil authorities continue to carry out their duties with high efficiency within an integrated national system built on readiness, rapid response, and continuous coordination. According to the latest updates from the Bahrain Defense Force, over the past 24 hours, 16 drones targeting the kingdom were intercepted and destroyed. The total number of intercepted and destroyed projectiles since the beginning of these hostile attacks has reached 188 missiles and 445 drones that attempted to target the kingdom. For a review of the latest security developments, we now turn to Captain Abdurrahman Mansouri from the Ministry of Interior.
Dear citizens and residents, in light of the hostile Iranian aggression targeting the Kingdom of Bahrain, the Ministry of Interior continues its efforts to safeguard national security and strengthen civil protection and public safety. The repercussions of this aggression underscore the importance of reinforcing national unity and preserving security, public order, and social cohesion, and for a shared sense of responsibility through adherence to the instructions and guidance issued by the relevant security authorities, reflecting a deeply rooted national awareness in these exceptional circumstances. Preserving the kingdom's security and the strength of its social fabric requires acting with wisdom and responsibility, avoiding the spread of rumors and unverified information, and relying solely on official sources for accurate updates. Emergency instructions and guidance disseminated through the National Civil Protection Platform are part of routine public awareness efforts aimed at enhancing safety through proactive measures and do not necessarily indicate the presence of actual threats. The Joint Directorate of Media and Security Culture calls on all citizens and residents to continue cooperating and complying with the instructions issued by authorities, to refrain from photographing incident sites, to stay clear of debris or suspicious objects. Dear citizens and residents, your national awareness and sense of responsibility are integral to the safety and security of the kingdom. Do not click on, open, or share suspicious links or content. Refrain from sharing rumors and misleading information, and follow updates through trusted and official channels. Wishing everyone continued safety and well-being. May Allah protect the Kingdom of Bahrain. May Allah protect His Majesty the King and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. May Allah protect the citizens and residents of Bahrain. Thank you.
To discuss market developments in the Kingdom of Bahrain, the availability of goods and the measures in place to ensure market stability and the steady flow of supply, we now turn to Ms. Intisar Abdul Al, the Director of Consumer Protection at the Ministry of Industry and Commerce.
The Ministry of Industry and Commerce confirms that markets across the Kingdom of Bahrain continue to demonstrate strong availability and stability in essential food commodities, supported by a sufficient strategic stock to meet market demand. This underscores the strength of the national economy and the Kingdom's high level of readiness to respond to evolving conditions. This stability is driven by an integrated government framework based on proactive planning and continuous coordination, alongside an effective strategic partnership with the private sector. This enhances market resilience and ensures the efficient and uninterrupted flow of supply chain under all conditions. Local markets offer a wide range of goods from diverse sources, including essential and supplementary food items, alongside a variety of consumer products to meet the needs of the citizen and residents. The Ministry's Consumer Protection Directorate continues to operate around the clock, handling complaints, monitoring stock levels in real time, and taking the necessary measures to address any violations as part of its commitment to safeguarding consumer rights and maintaining market stability. The Ministry calls on all citizens and residents to report any observation or violations by contacting the Consumer Protection Hotline at 17007-003. The Ministry emphasizes the importance of responsible consumption practices to ensure the continued availability of goods for all. Thank you.
As part of the Kingdom of Bahrain's presidency of the United Nations Security Council for the month of April and its presidency of the Arab League Ministerial Council for the current session, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al Zayani, participated in the Security Council session on cooperation between the League of Arab States and the United Nations. The session was held at the Council headquarters under the agenda item Cooperation between the United Nations and regional and sub-regional organizations in international peace and security. In his address, the Foreign Minister emphasized that Arab issues remain high on the Security Council's agenda and that strengthening cooperation and coordination between the United Nations and the League of the Arab States is no longer merely a priority but an urgent necessity and a political and legal obligation to uphold the principles of the UN Charter, prevent the escalation of crises, and promote regional stability. Azayani stated that this session comes amidst the current challenges facing our region, where we are confronting a dangerous escalation resulting from Iran's illegal and ongoing attacks on a number of Arab states, including the Kingdom of Bahrain, in flagrant violation of sovereignty and a direct threat to regional and international security. He added that the Iranian aggression in the Arabian Gulf region extended beyond the borders of the targeted countries, impacting the security and stability of the entire region. He called on Iran to cease supporting and arming its affiliated militias in Arab states and to refrain from any practices that threaten freedom of the navigation in the Strait of Hormuz and Bab al-Mandab, in accordance with the rules of international law and in the interest of maintaining international peace and security. Az-Zayyani stressed the importance of continuing to develop the partnership between the United Nations and the League of Arab States in a way that enhances the ability of both sides to respond effectively to current challenges and contributes to consolidating the foundations of regional security and stability. He also emphasized the importance of intensifying international efforts to end the war in the Gaza Strip and to advance a credible political process leading to a just and comprehensive peace for the Palestinian cause. A statement was issued by the President of the Security Council in which the Council reaffirmed its primary responsibility for the maintenance of international peace and security. The Security Council referred to all its previous resolutions and presidential statements which highlight the importance of establishing effective partnership between the United Nations and regional and sub-regional organizations in accordance with Chapter 8 of the United Nations Charter. The statement noted that the Security Council recognizes the position and expertise of the Gulf Cooperation Council with regard to understanding and promoting the concept of sustainable regional peace and security, and recognizes its contributions to achieving regional and international stability through mediation and preventative diplomacy, technical and financial support, and engagement in humanitarian work in support of preventative initiatives taken throughout the peace procession. The Security Council welcomes the consultations between the General Secretariats of the United Nations and the Cooperation Council for the Arab States of the Gulf and stresses the importance of strengthening institutional cooperation between the United Nations and the Gulf Cooperation Council, including through regular dialogue, coordination mechanisms, and information exchange in areas such as conflict prevention, mediation, peace building, counterterrorism, and humanitarian response. The Security Council refers to its previous relevant resolutions which take into account the importance of the Gulf region with regard to international peace and security and its vital role in stabilizing the global economy. The Security Council highlights the significant contribution of the member states of the Gulf Cooperation Council to the activities undertaken by the United Nations in the fields of peacekeeping and humanitarian work. The Security Council encourages the Secretary General of the Gulf Cooperation Council to hold regular briefings with the aim of promoting closer strategic cooperation and coordination with the United Nations, particularly with regard to addressing emerging threats and challenges to peace and security in the region. The Security Council encourages joint efforts between the United Nations and the Gulf Cooperation Council to promote the full, meaningful, and equal participation of women and youth in promoting peace and security in accordance with the Resolution 1325 of 2000 and 2250 of 2015. The Security Council encourages cooperation between the United Nations and the Cooperation Council for the Arab States of the Gulf in order to address common challenges including, for example, maritime security and preventing and combating terrorism and responding with regard to food and water security. The Security Council reaffirms its strong commitment to the sovereignty, independence, unity, and territorial integrity of all member states of the Gulf Cooperation Council, in accordance with the principles of the United Nations Charter and international law. The Security Council requests the Secretary General to include in his next report to the Security Council and the General Assembly on the cooperation between the United Nations and regional and other organizations, recommendations on strengthening institutional relations, and cooperation between the United Nations and the Cooperation Council for the Arab States of the Gulf. During the high-level briefing session on cooperation between the Gulf Cooperation Council and the United Nations chaired by Bahrain's Foreign Minister Dr. Abdulatif bin Rashid Az-Zayyani, the Secretary General of the Gulf Cooperation Council, Jassim Mohammed Al-Bdawi, affirmed that the heinous Iranian aggression directed at the GCC countries constitute a flagrant violation of the member states' sovereignty and the principles of good neighborliness. Al-Bdawi also stated that the GCC countries are taking all necessary measures to protect their sovereignty, territorial integrity, and citizens. He further asserted that Iran's destabilizing behavior in the Gulf has crossed all red lines. And during the Security Council session on cooperation between the League of Arab States and the United Nations, chaired by Bahrain's Foreign Minister, Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al Zayani, the Secretary General of the League of Arab States, Ahmed Abul Ghait, renewed the League's condemnation of Iran's brutal attacks on the Gulf Cooperation Council countries, Jordan and Iraq. He affirmed that this aggression is unacceptable and cannot be justified under any pretext or excuse, especially given that the Arab states have maintained a policy of good neighborliness and have refused to allow their territories and airspace to be used in this war. The Secretary General also denounced all Iranian measures aimed at closing the Strait of Hormuz and threatening international navigation, calling on Iran to cease all threats against commercial vessels and to stop undermining freedom of navigation under international law. Abul Ghait expressed the League's support for the Kingdom of Bahrain's efforts to seek a Security Council resolution on this matter. Dear viewers and listeners, the all-clear signal has just been announced, indicating the end of the threat. While precautionary measures remain in place, the Ministry of Interior calls on all the citizens and residents to exercise caution, take all necessary precautions, and follow the guidelines and updates through official channels only. And now we continue with the news bulletin. The Director General of the Bilateral Relations at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Sheikh Abdullah bin Ali Al Khalifa, participated in a ministerial meeting held via video conference at the invitation of the UK Foreign Secretary, Yvette Cooper, with the participation of more than 40 countries to discuss developments related to the Strait of Hormuz. During the meeting, participants reviewed the latest developments in light of the ongoing Iranian attacks against a number of countries in the region, the continuation of hostilities, and the rising risks threatening international navigation through the Straits of Hormuz. The importance of this vital waterway as a key artery for international trade, energy security, and maritime stability was underscored. The meeting also examined the resulting implications and the economic and security repercussions at both the regional and international levels. Participants also commended Security Council Resolution 2817, introduced under the leadership of Bahrain, which received unprecedented international support, and emphasized the importance of strengthening international coordination and cooperation to address current challenges and ensure the smooth flow of international trade in accordance with international laws and norms. At the conclusion of the meeting, participants stressed the need for continued consultations among the concerned countries and for identifying practical steps that would contribute to strengthening the joint international response in a manner that supports security and stability in the region and safeguards the interests of the international community. The Minister of Defense and Foreign Trade of Belgium, Theo Franken, received Bahrain's ambassador to Belgium, Dr. Mohammed Ali Bahzad. During the meeting, they discussed ways to enhance bilateral cooperation in the security and trade fields, in addition to reviewing the latest regional and international developments. During the meeting, the ambassador expressed Bahrain's sincere appreciation for Belgium's supportive positions and solidarity with Bahrain and the GCC countries in light of the ongoing Iranian attacks against these states. Dr. Bahzad stressed that the repercussions of these attacks are not confined to the regional sphere but extend to global economic security and stability, underscoring the seriousness of any threat to freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz and its grave implications for energy security, global supply chains, and the freedom of navigation in international maritime corridors. The two sides also discussed strengthening cooperation between the two friendly countries, reaffirming their shared commitment to continued coordination and collaboration in ways that enhance regional and international peace and stability. The ambassadors of the GCC countries and Jordan accredited to Turkey met with Speaker of the Grand National Assembly of Turkey, Professor Nu'man Kurtulmus, at the Assembly's headquarters in Ankara. The meeting was chaired by Bahrain's ambassador to Turkey, Bassam Ahmed Marzouk. in Bahrain's capacity as the current presidency of the 46th session of the GCC. During the meeting, the participants reviewed the latest developments in the region in light of the ongoing Iranian attacks targeting the GCC countries and the Kingdom of Jordan, and discussed their implications for regional peace and stability. The ambassadors affirmed that the security of the GCC countries constitutes an interconnected system that cannot be divided, stressing that the stability and security of peoples are a fundamental pillar of regional security. They also reviewed the repercussions of the Iranian attacks that targeted civilian facilities, public service infrastructure, and residential areas, as well as the resulting loss of life and property damage, in addition to developments in the Strait of Hormuz and their implications for freedom of navigation and international maritime security. The meeting also addressed ways to enhance parliamentary cooperation between the GCC countries and Turkey in a manner that contributes to further strengthening the bonds of their shared relations. And the Council of Ambassadors of the GCC countries in Beijing, China, held a series of meetings with a number of senior officials of China. Bahrain's ambassador to China and rotating chair of the Council, Dr. Mohammed Ghassan Mohammed Adnan Sheikho, together with their excellencies, the GCC ambassadors in Beijing, met with several senior Chinese officials, including the Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Director General of the Department of West Asian and North African Affairs at the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs, as well as the Special Envoy for Middle East Affairs. Dr. Sheikho, in his capacity as rotating chair of the GCC Ambassadors Council in Beijing, also met with Jordan's ambassador to Beijing to discuss a number of issues of mutual interest. These meetings addressed the latest regional developments and events in the Arabian Gulf, the ongoing Iranian attacks against the GCC countries and Jordan, and the repercussions of the closure of the Strait of Hormuz on the global economy, in addition to strengthening mechanisms of cooperation between the GCC missions and the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs in both bilateral and multilateral fields.